question here, is similar to the last one, but a little different. We're going to write down all the given information. This is the last one. Okay, so I'm going to hit pause on the video. I'm going to give you about 1 minute, please, Marissa, to try and list down those 5 things yourself. All right, and then we'll take it up, I think. So Kim, can you be brave and give me anything out of those first 6 things on the board, please?
Axis is 1.
Axis is in fact 1, okay, because that's going to be like the plus or the minus thing again. Very good. Jennifer, can you be brave and give me something else in that equation, please? Very good. Matt, I want you to be triply brave. Marissa, I want you to just hold on for a sec. Matt, I'd like to be triply. No, one, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Those pairs for some maximum.
There's a maximum, good. Okay, everyone's skipping period and action points. That's okay. Callan, can you be brave and try and give me something, please? Okay, let's start off here. So, this is going to be the K value, okay? It's right here, okay? So my period is going to be, okay? So the period is going to be 360 over K.
Is axis a 1 or is that just like a
That's a 1. That's a 1, yeah. That's okay. It's a good question. Okay, so what we're going to say for the period, remember that's a horizontal compression of 2. So you're going, instead of going from 0 to 360, you're going 0 to 180. All right, Kelsey, you haven't been here. Throw your phone, please. Cody, can I get something else, please? Excellent. All right. So what that's going to mean for us, instead of the graph starting at 0, we're going to shift everything 45 degrees to the left. All right, and Connor, what are my action points, please? Look back to the last example. Yes. Connor.
It's 90 divided by 2, but why is it 45 degrees left? So why?
Okay, now good question. Because think of it like the f of x thing. If you do like f of x plus 45, let's hey, 1 second. Let's say we go like f of x plus 45. What would that be in the table of values? Remember what that is? Subtract 45, right? It's the same idea here, right? Theta plus 45. So it's going to be like minus 45. So it's the very same idea as that. All right. Now, for those people that are saying, I have no idea, look back to the last example, okay? This is something you got to try here, okay? So just like K's compression, 9 is your starting divided by 2, yes?
What happens if, say we had 360, or say we had, K was like 4.
Yeah.
What happens if it's a fraction on this thing? Okay, well not 4, but like what happens?
Well, 4, if it was 4, yeah, you could do it as a fraction, so every 22.5, yeah, you just draw it like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, good. Thank you, class, okay? I know this is tricky the first time through, okay? I'm sorry for those people that don't know right away, but this is tricky the first time through. This isn't easy. Okay, I can teach them this for never. No, so Monday. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the graph paper, please. So we'll try and get this graphed up. I'm sorry.
You graph right up. I'm gonna put that graph up with the exclamation mark. It's your superhero catchphrase.
I don't think so.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to leave yourself a little bit to the left when you're doing a graph. Leave yourself a square or 2 to the left. The reason for that is we're going to shift our graph, right, like to the left, so you're going to need at least 1 square on the other side, okay? So give yourself a little bit of room there. I'm going to put my 4 arrows here. And as usual, I'm going to put y-axis at the top, theta on the right, and I got to get up. Because we're going to. All right, now I'm going to open this up to anybody here for this. Can anyone look back to the first example? Tell me the very first thing I should do on this graph, please. Axis is gonna go first. So I'm gonna call this number 1 here again, and I'm gonna draw this first. So here's my axis. Right at 5. Very good. So again, the steps are always the same for these, it's just getting it down how to do it. Okay, can someone else be brave? Thank you, Connor. Can someone else other than Connor be brave and tell me what step number 2 is and what I do? Up 3, okay, so this is gonna be step number 2 is my amplitude. Okay, so I'm gonna do this in red again, I think. And I'm gonna go up 3. Again, my graph I zoomed in, I used every other square for my y's to make it zoomed in. All right, can someone else, thank you, Calum, somebody else tell me what my minimum is going to be, please? -2, okay. What some people will do, they'll turn their brains off, and I tried to trick you to leave a -3 here. All right, it's not 3 down from 0, right, it's 3 down wherever your axis is here. Okay, so I'm going to call this -2. That's my man. Am I recording here? You don't, okay. Of course. Yes, I am. You don't have to, but I'd advise you to, just so you can see the boundary of the graph, so it's easier to find, right? Okay, can I get someone else to tell me step number 3, please?
So is that because 1 minus 3 is -2?
Very good, yeah, excellent, yeah. And then 1 plus 3 is 4. Good. Okay, what's the next thing we do? Action points come next, okay? So I'm going to do this as number 3. This means you're going to count every square as 45. Actually, I think I might do every other one so you guys can actually see what this is supposed to look like. And again, leave enough room for -45 on the left. Okay, right, because we're going to shift this graph, so we have to leave at least 1 square on the left. Generally, most people, like Cody, leave enough room, at least on the left, if you need to go anyway, right? So, but I will. All right, so we're somewhat okay for those who have been here all class on the first 3 steps here. Okay, this is just a left. This is like following, just on Jennifer. Oh, sorry, this is just the steps that I'm doing. So this is first step, second step, third step, just so I remember to hit everything there. Okay, you don't need to put those in there if you don't need to, but for me it's easier to remember that one. Okay, this is our new step right here, which is going to be step number 4, which is my phase shift. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dotted line like this at -45. And I'm going to put at the bottom start. Okay. So because instead of starting at 0 degrees, my graph, we're now going to start at -45. All right, so.
Why can I get 3?
What's that, sir?
Why is it that?
Oh, I just happened to, I could have put the start down here, right? Just that it's, you know what I mean, where that's sort of our beginning point. Now here is.
If it was a -45, we could.
Right, so if the shift was over to here, you'd do the same thing you're doing after your start. All right, and here's step number 5, which is to actually graph this bad boy. What is the first point going to be on this graph? What's the first x value and the first y value going to be? Conrad, go ahead. Good. All right. So the starting point left and right now is here, but we're starting at the max, so we're going to begin right there. Okay, right? So instead of starting at 0 like we did in the last graph, now we're starting 45 to the left. Marissa, how you doing? What's that? Well, because cosine starting here, right? Because cosine starts at 1 at the highest point, and sine starts at 0. So that's the distinction between them. Sine starts in the middle, cosine starts at the highest. And again, for back to our warm-up, I know you weren't here yesterday, but back to our warm-up. Right? Cosine starts right here, and the graph was at that. Sine starts at here, and does that. Right? So depending on what equation you're using, it's going to look a little bit different. Again, since you weren't here yesterday, somebody was talking about how we don't graph tan, because tan looks awful. Right? You saw that, right? It looks like awful. Okay, so don't worry about it, Kim, but it's scary. Okay, so don't do it. Okay, I'm going to pick on something at random. So a question or an answer?
Level question. Action points. Why is that 90 divided by 2?
90s, like every 90s when the graph goes from the middle to the top, to the middle to the bottom, that's every 90 degrees something happens. It's divided by 2 because there's a vertical compression of 2, so everything's going to be 10 and a half.
I'll just get absent.
I wasn't here. All right, so can somebody be brave and tell me what my next point's going to be? My first point was negative 45 and 4. What's point number 2 going to be? 0 and 1. Good. So you're just going to step over by 45s each time, and you're starting at the top. The next point's going to be in the middle. So I got a third person other than Connor. I think Connor's got this. Can somebody else be brave? What's my third point going to be? What's the third point going to be, please? And negative 2. So you're just going to go over to 45 and down to negative 2. Can someone else be brave now? What's the fourth point going to be? 9 and 1. Okay, so you're just going to keep on going up. 9 and 1. 135 and 4. Now, one thing I heard somebody say it's a big W. It's not. Okay, if you draw yours like a W, you will lose marks. Do not do straight lines like this. It has to be a little curvy. That's fine. Okay.
Is that right?
That's fine. Okay, but it should be exaggerated. Okay, can you guys please stop? Well, you what you on top of it. Stop.
I think going up by 6, down by 6.
That's not here.
I'm tired.
Okay, and we're gonna put arrows on both ends.
Okay.
And there's going to be our equation. Okay. Now again, I don't know if you guys, everyone heard what I was talking to Liam there about. Please don't use rulers to connect them because as we've seen yesterday with all our little in-between points, it shouldn't be a straight line, right? It's going to have to be curvy there. So think of it like a wave. That's the best way because this is a wave. That's what this is. Okay, can I get two? That's good. Can I get 2 people other than Will and Conrad to give me the domain and range, please? X is anything good. Everyone loves that. Domain is so easy in this course. Like every graph I think we've had X is anything, haven't we? I think every graph we've done X is anything. What's my range, please? Someone other than Liam. Range. Someone be brave. From where to where?
Forward negative 2.
Good. Okay. So my range is going to go from Now, unfortunately, the way this stuff goes, practice makes perfect. It's the only way to get this done. Once you do a few of these, like nothing changes. Like once you get these down, you got them, and that's that. Okay. So you're gonna get 2 of these questions, I think, for homework for choice time tonight. 2 of the 3, and then probably on Monday you're gonna get a ton more like this. Okay, that's what's gonna be. I'll get the teacher to maybe show 1, like without full, and you guys can do the rest yourself on Monday.
Sure, that's not.
All right, here we go. Pause. Stop. 15 minutes. So,